Corn team, and Iowa Corn bought lunch today. Thank you very much, Iowa Corn. We've got great conservation partners here today. Pheasants Forever, Nestle, Purina, Ducks Unlimited. You'll be hearing from some of these folks just in a little bit. And certainly 2020 has brought significant challenges for us. There's unprecedented challenges everywhere we look. Secretary Perdue, we appreciate that you came today to take a look at some of that. We had a chance to fly and see some of the crop damage and storage damage, and we appreciate the partnership and the support that USDA is providing your team here in the state, and we'll continue to work together. But thank you for joining us today for that tour. You know, in the midst of these challenges, though, there's some things that have needed to go on full speed ahead. And conservation work is one of those things. I keep saying it's probably one of the most logical, socially distanced thing you can do is to go out in a field and lay out a practice, right? So we got a lot of that going on. And in the state of Iowa, we'll actually, we're having a great year. We're having a fantastic year from a conservation design and build out standpoint. Adoption is up, and we had a good winter, we had a good spring, and work has continued. You're here today. We're here today to talk about a particular practice, but the conservation work that we're doing obviously is focused on improving our land and water for future generations, and we know that that's something worth fighting for, and we're going to stay full speed ahead. When we began to implement the nutrient reduction strategy back in 2013, we knew that it was going to take significant financial and technical resources, and we also knew that it was going to take public and private partnerships to get the work done at the scale that we know that we need to do it at. We know that we were going to need a sustained effort to make the progress that we want to see. And today you're seeing an example of all of that coming together and what we can accomplish when we work together and we stay focused. So this site, this wetland that you're looking at here, or you're seeing, and I'm glad you're seeing it before the pool actually is formed, because you get a chance to see the design and the engineering that goes into this constructed wetland, but you'll obviously have to come back and see it once the pool is here. It'll look a lot different. This is one of 41 wetlands under construction in the state, and we've also got a number of edge of field practices that are being installed across the state as well, so progress continues. Now this site was constructed using a combination of federal funding and state funding. The Conservation Reserve Enhancement Program, it's a partnership between USDA, the Farm Service Agency, NRCS. You know, this is one where I sort of say, don't get twisted up in the acronyms, right? Whether it's a state program or a federal program, I don't want anybody to be confused about it or what the acronym is. The point is, you can come into a county, well, you can call a county conservation office today, but you call your USDA county office. And whether you're talking to a district employee or a state employee or a federal employee, it doesn't matter. We'll walk you through the process. We'll get you to the right program. And you don't have to understand all the acronyms that go with that. So we know there's a lot of work to be done, obviously, in implementing the strategy and accomplishing our goals of improving water quality and soil health. But I can honestly and truly stand here today and tell you we have never had more engagement, interest, awareness, effort, and people working on conservation in the state of Iowa as we have today, and that's saying something because this state has been a leader for decades when it comes to conservation. All right, now let's get to the show here. I want to introduce Heath Stolee. Heath's a veteran. He's a farmer. You're seeing some of these hats around, the owner of the Nutty Farmer Chestnuts. Heath is perhaps, I call him our most enthusiastic wetland program participant we've ever had. He's all about it. I toured the chestnut tree grove 3 years ago when there were just twigs up there, and he sort of stood there and said, "Can't you see it?" I remember that very well. Well, here we are, Heath. I can see it.
Thank you. Thank you, Secretary Mag. Thank you for the introduction. Welcome, everybody, to our family farm. What a great day for water quality and wildlife. First, I'd like to start off by thanking our veterans in the audience and all our police officers that are here also. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you everyone for your service. Secretary Perdue, Senator Ernst, Governor Reynolds, Lieutenant Governor Gregg, Secretary Nag, Mr. Vincent, Mr. Putnam, and Ms. KRUEGER, thank you all for coming. I'd like to thank my wife Tiffany, my brother Lance, my mom and dad, who have been instrumental in this project. Couldn't have done it without them. All their support, all their help. Cleaning up for this open house and planting all the trees and just seeing the vision with me and going all in. So thank you very much. I'd like to thank staff at Idols for being so willing and easy to work with. It's been a long process, but it's also been a very fun process for me to understand all the engineering, to see the steps, to work with the different conservation groups, to get the rules changed to this CREP site with Ben Gleason. Iowa Corn helped with that, so we can now put some winter cover and food plot habitat on these sites. Being a perpetual easement, I just saw the need to not only do what we're doing for water quality as farmers, but also to enhance the upland areas to benefit wildlife more. It's a great addition, and it's going to be very beautiful in the future and beneficial to wildlife. I'd also like to thank Eugene Reiner and Van Wall Equipment for the use of the John Deere gators today. That was it was great for us to tour around with the secretary and all the VIPs. So thank you very much, Van Wall, for that. And of course, none of this would have been possible without the help from Mason and Ben and Iowa Corn. Everything is a great day to showcase everything that we've done here. And I'll leave you with this little bit here. I may be a bit nutty, but water quality and wildlife habitat is no joke. Thank you, Iowa Corn, for leading the way. Farm the best, conserve the rest. Thank you.
Thank you, Heath. You know, it takes a lot of work, takes a lot of time. 18 months to 24 months, technical work, design, financial resources to build a wetland like this. You got USDA, Iowa Department of Ag, and something that's been great to see is to build out and develop these private sector partnerships. We're contracting for work to be done by the private sector. We know that there's more to be done than what can be done by government, and that's a good thing. We want more private sector engagement. And I want to introduce you to three folks that represent organizations that have done a tremendous amount of work in partnership with us and USDA. Let's first start with Howard Vincent, President and CEO of Pheasants Forever. Come on up.
This is the magic. To be out here on this landscape on this incredible day. I don't think I can do it better than Keith said it. If you think about the partners, the amount of work, how the system works, the fact that you can fix something. They are listening, the department, Secretary Perdue, his team, to work with working farms, working ranches, to find common sense solutions on their property. This family, here's the challenge. There's a lot of cameras, a lot of pictures being taken. Everyone needs to tell this story. This is one family story, and there's hundreds and thousands of farm families out there who want to know why this works, why this makes sense. And it does take partners. Our friends at Ducks Unlimited, our local volunteers who put time and energy into raising dollars and then putting those dollars in their local community. but it takes our federal partners, an incredible Congress that passes a farm bill, and Senator Ernst to be able to put a bigger, better toolbox to provide resources for working farms, for farmers and ranchers out here on this landscape, to give them the opportunity to do the right thing for their operations, for their family. This is magic. Tell their story. Come back next fall for the governor's hunt. It's going to be right here, Hardin County. We've got we need more resources. We're going to continue to ask for more. We're going to continue to fight for more, whether that's a bigger, better farm bill, more resources for the landscape, but also for I Will, and the governor's been a champion there as well. So we've got a lot of work to do. Tell the Stolee's family story. And I'm going to leave you with this. Mother Stolee, you done good. She deserves a huge round of applause. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Howard. And next up, let's bring Nina Lee KRUEGER, who's president of Nestle Purina North America. Got a great footprint for operational footprint in the state of Iowa, and we appreciate that investment, but has become and is becoming a tremendous conservation partner.
Thank you all for inviting us here today. It is absolutely a gorgeous day here, and we feel like we're with families and partners that we've been with for years, and so just a big thanks for that. Iowa has a very special place in our hearts. At Purina, we've been making pet food here for over 100 years, and hopefully for the next 100 years we will continue to do that. We operate 3 factories here in Clinton, Davenport, and Fort Dodge. We have over 1,000 employees, so as I once said, it's very near and dear to our heart. I guess I've got to move this closer. Hold on a second. We source a lot of our key pet food ingredients from Iowa, and it's very important that we have sustainable farmlands, water, soil, so we're very happy to be here to partner with you guys today and do that as well. At Purina, we have a passion for pets and the people who love them, and we're proud to partner with organizations like Ducks Unlimited and Pheasants Forever, because they have a proven track record in bringing together conservation experts, farmers, government agencies to make sure that all this happens. We're honored to work alongside many elected officials that are here today from Iowa. It's very noisy and windy up here, so thank you all for everything. And I finally want to thank Secretary Perdue for being here today and being a true friend to farmers, conservationists, sportsmen, and their bird dogs. So thank you very much for that. And thank you to Stolee Farms for everything you've done here for us today. And with that, I'll turn it back.
Thank you very much. And our final private sector partner, Adam Putnam, CEO of Ducks Unlimited. Adam's no stranger to Iowa. He was here, well, it was just about as windy. It was a little colder, and we had a little rain in the air. First gentleman, Kevin Reynolds, and joined us, and we were able to tour some wetlands, and DU's been a tremendous partner. So Adam, welcome back.
Thank you, Secretary. I'm a 5th generation Floridian and farmer and rancher from the state of Florida who joined DU 15 months ago. Those of you from a farm family know if you're the youngest of 4, you get kicked out of the nest to go find something off farm to pay the bills. But on behalf of Ducks Unlimited, I just want to thank the team that is assembled here, beginning with you, Mr. Secretary, of all the relationships that Ducks Unlimited has around the country. This collectively is a team of people who understand that the future of feeding the world and the future of conservation are completely in alignment. They're not competing goals. If we are going to continue to be the centerpiece for feeding the planet in a post-COVID world where maybe, just maybe, people have a greater appreciation for where their food comes from, there are also opportunities to work with landowners like the Stolees to reduce our nutrients, to continue to provide for wildlife habitat and waterfowl habitat, and the amenities that all of our citizens enjoy. So it's good for the resource, it's good for business, It's good for wildlife and it's good for people. And your senator, your governor, and our Secretary of Agriculture for the country, and your secretary here in Iowa, they get it. And I wish that every other state had that kind of synergy to put us all moving in the right direction. And Ducks Unlimited recognizes that nutrient reduction and soil health, agriculture and conservation, they go hand in hand. And that's what our volunteers fight for every day. So thank you for the teamwork, Governor, that you've assembled, and Senator and Secretary, to make it all come together. The fundamental purpose of a farm bill is to make sure that the United States is never dependent on other people for our food. But the conservation components in there make projects like this possible. And our corporate partners like PURINA are the investors to leverage those dollars. So that when you buy a raffle ticket at the DU banquet, we match it with PURINA, we will be matching it with I Will soon, I know. We match it with farm bill dollars, and that dollar becomes $5 that makes great things happen on the landscape that are good for business and good for future generations of Iowans and Americans. Thank you very much.
And we're just getting started, really, right, Adam? I mean, we got so much to do, and we really, this public-private partnership that we've been able to develop specifically for wetlands is a great thing, and it'll be because of those things that we can accelerate the adoption of practices. Well, now it's a great privilege to be able to introduce our great governor, who's my goodness, what more can we throw at her? And she continues to handle it with grace, and I am so proud of her, the work that she's doing, and she's a strong advocate for agriculture and a supporter of conservation. And Governor, welcome. Thanks for what you're doing.
Thanks, Secretary. I'm going to start by saying thank you to you. Thanks for being such a strong advocate and a strong voice and a partner. And this has been one heck of a year, and you've been out there working day in and day out on behalf of our farmers and producers and conservation efforts. So thank you for leading this state. I appreciate all you do. Secretary Perdue, welcome back again. You have been here a lot, and it was so important that we get you here to kind of see what the derecho actually did to our farmers and our producers. I know you were busy traveling the country, so thank you so much for being here and really for highlighting a bright spot in some really, really tough times that we've been in. Joni, keep fighting a good fight. You got our back out in Washington, D.C. We couldn't ask for a better advocate fighting on our behalf, and I love the partnerships that are in place. I love working with you, and we're going to continue to work hard to make great things happen for this state. So thank you for all your hard work. I truly appreciate it. And to Heath and the Stolee family, oh, for heaven's sakes, first of all, thanks for hosting. And what an amazing example of a diversified operation with sustainability at its heart. And this has been the best day I've had in a long time. So to get out here and see the innovation that's taking place, it does my heart good, and it fires us up really to keep moving, right? So thanks for making a difference. Thanks for leading and being a great example of conservation practices that we can grow and implement across the state. And I think kind of the theme has been collaboration and partnerships are key, and it's innovation that really is going to get agriculture through some really difficult times. And again, this is a great example of it. So the first bill that I got to sign as the governor of this great state was Senate File 512. And you talk about partnerships and a lot of people working together to make that happen, which really provided a dedicated and growing revenue resource for water quality and soil health. And it really is guided by the Iowa Nutrient Reduction Strategy Program. So we're help funding the great practices, Mike, that you're putting in place. And I think a great example of the collaboration and partnerships that can work together to get things done and we can build on. And then I went into this last legislative session with my #1 priority was invest in Iowa. And again, it was an aggressive initiative, but public-private partnerships were at the core of that initiative. And again, it is about looking for opportunity to put additional significant dollars into water quality, conservation practices, quality of life, and funding I Will. So we're going to dust it off and figure out how we can make it maybe even a little bit better, and we're going to come at it again next year. and we were making good progress until, I don't know, some global pandemic hit, and then we moved right into a drought, and then we moved right into a derecho. So other than that, I'm pretty sure we could have got this done, Adam and Howard. But we'll come back at that and we'll take a look at it. And while we're talking about the disasters that we've been facing this year, again, I want to give a shout out to this administration and a quick response. And again, it's because of those partnerships that we were able to really get the response that we did from the administration. Secretary Perdue called within days of the derecho hitting and said, I'll be on the ground, let us know what we can do, work with my team, and we'll be there for Iowans. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody for being here. Keep doing what you're doing. We're going to keep making a difference. It's such an honor to represent you as the governor of this state. And nobody knows the land better than those that make a living from it. And every time we invest in water quality, soil health, and conservation practices, it is an investment in the next generation. So let's keep doing all we can do to invest in the next generation of Iowans in this amazing state. Thanks. Hey, my hat stayed on the whole time.
Thank you, Governor. And now, well, let's bring up somebody who's just an incredible advocate for Iowa, for agriculture, for biofuels. She's working hard and getting all over the state. What, today? Finished the 99 county, the full Grassley is on. That's because she believes in getting across the state and connecting with Iowans. So Joni, come on up here, our senator, our junior senator, Joni Ernst.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Secretary Nick. Mike, thank you so much for being our wonderful Secretary of Agriculture. And Secretary Perdue, God bless you. Thank you so much for taking the time to come out and spend a beautiful windy day in our great Hawkeye state. So thanks for coming to Iowa. For the Stolee family, thank you. Heath, Tiffany, your entire family, thank you for taking the time and the risk to invest in a project like this. So I want to thank you, all of the partners that you have developed through the course of this project, and the fact that, as the governor had said, giving back to future generations. So not only are you creating a sustainable project structure that is going to pull nitrates out of our water, make our water cleaner, but we're also creating a beautiful landscape that could be recreational as well, providing for wildlife and other wildlife opportunities. And I met some of the out-of-state visitors that are here and said they come and they enjoy being on this family farm, and they've done so for so many years during the hunting seasons. So again, just a tremendous project, and I'm very proud to have supported the USDA's conservation programs through the years, and I have seen some truly magnificent wetlands projects, but I have to say to our Stolee family that this one truly is the icing on the cake. It really is a beautiful project, and I think all of us would agree that we can't wait to see it completed, and we want to see water flowing downstream here, and not only, again, improving the quality of the water, but being good neighbors and conservationists to everyone around us. So we have had a number of events over the course of the past several months, and I won't go through them again, Governor, but God bless you for exhibiting tremendous leadership during a very difficult time. And as one of my staff members says, you know, I think we're just gonna go put up the Christmas tree and call it a year. Because I think we're all ready to get through the year. So we started the day by touring some of the derecho damage with Secretary Perdue, and just seeing the corn laying flat is very heartbreaking to see the elevators across the great state that have been damaged and destroyed. It is heartbreaking. All the family farmsteads that are, you know, minus their roofs and their machine sheds, it is heartbreaking. But to end the day and the tour, Mr. Secretary, with a project like that, it just renews what we've always known, that Iowans are strong, Iowans will get through this, and we look towards a better future. So thanks so much, everybody, for coming out today and celebrating this USDA project, this wetlands project. Thanks so much to the Stolee family for all that they're contributing to the 1,900-acre drainage area and for, again, a better future. So thanks so much, everybody. God bless y'all. And now it is my great honor and privilege to introduce to you a friend to agriculture and certainly someone in these areas that needs not much of an introduction, Sonny, but our great United States Department of Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Thank all of you, and I just want to tell you, Iowa's produced some good leaders. You know a couple that this administration borrowed from you earlier. We've got Governor Reynolds' predecessor, Ambassador Branstad, that served Iowa, serving our government now very well in China with the ambassador there, and Secretary Naig's predecessor as well. In that regard, you know what he's doing, don't you? I kind of stole him to go to Farm Pack, FPAC, and Farm Service Agency here because I figured we needed an Iowa boy that really knew the land. And Bill Northey is doing a great job, and sends his regards as well. Joni, Senator Ernst, I'm so happy to be with you. Thank you for inviting me out here. We were on the phone shortly after this horrible windstorm, and she has kept me posted about the needs there, and I'm delighted. Actually, we began the day, thanks to the governor and your National Guard here, with a great tour, aerial tour of Iowa and the damage. And frankly, Governor, it was a little somber, a little sobering there. As a farm boy myself, I remember coming to Iowa and seeing those flowing cornfields standing so tall and proud, getting ready to be harvested. And frankly, flying over that and seeing the flattened corn, I was honestly kind of sad. But we're ending on a great note here, as Mike has said. And I want to thank Heath and the Stolee family for allowing us to come here. Thank all of you for coming out, because this is a great opportunity to see the innovation of American agriculture through technological advances of really not only, Adam, as you said, feeding the world, feeding our country, feeding the world, but doing it in the right way. And I got a sense of Heath's passion as we rode around, and just me and him riding in that John Deere ATV there, that his heart is here. And what he, with the partnership that's been created through the Iowa Department of Agriculture, through the governor's office, through our local partners, Amanda and Grant are here, through the federal partners of USDA, and certainly through the appropriation and the things that Senator Ernst and Senator Grassley made sure were in the Farm Bill from a conservation perspective. This is really on the ground. Farmers are conservationists, but this is a great example. This is a visual example of what's happening here to help nutrient load reduction all over Iowa. I know water quality. Iowa's been leading the effort for water quality for a long time, but this is just another example in helping to reduce the nitrogen runoff from a 1,900-acre watershed that is upstream from this creek here, and to have these berms out here, the dams there that will allow a slowing of the water, a sedimentation there, along with the ability that Heath has created with the wildlife and the feed and the things that are around here. It's the best of all worlds. This is the partnership that we're proud of with USDA, partnering with both our state partners, local partners, and our private sector partners like our great NGOs like Ducks Unlimited, Feathers Forever, as well as our corporate citizens like PURINA. So this is a good ending there to today, and I just want to thank you for letting me be a part of it. I mentioned Heath and his chestnut farm, I think a couple of years ago at the Commodity Classic, not realizing I'd get a chance to come see it on the ground. But Heath, I look forward to coming back when those chestnuts are really harvesting here in a couple of years and helping you with the harvest there from a diversified crop that shows that Heath is the sort of the poster child for the creativity, the innovativeness of farmers. We know from the hurricanes in Louisiana, the derecho here, the drought, farmers just keep on going time after time after time. And you know, I think, Joni, that's why President Trump has such a natural affection and affinity for agriculture, is that he understands they embody the American spirit of just pioneering and doing what it takes, doing whatever it needs to be done year after year after year. And I'm honored to be here as Secretary of Agriculture in the great state of Iowa, the real icon of American agriculture right here with all your great producers. And it's an honor to be here. And I'm coming for another purpose. As you know, President Trump very quickly declared a disaster, a federal disaster for Iowa. That empowered FEMA to come in and help with many of those things, governors, you know. But when it dealt with agriculture and our farmers, the Secretary of Agriculture gets a bite of that apple. And so today, based on your application, I want to invite you and Senator Ernst up and Secretary Neg to come up, because I'm here to announce that Iowa is qualified for a secretarial disaster, which will unlock the USDA programs for Iowa farmers. So I'm going to sign that right here now. I had one, I just couldn't get it out. This is a letter to Governor Reynolds that indicates that the counties that are being designated that, the contiguous counties, and there's some that are in deferral. We're still finishing up our analysis of that, so there may be more, and we'll look forward to the documentation there that we need to do that. But I'm happy to sign this today. There you go, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you both for your leadership, and Mike and others for coming out today. Heath and your family, thank you for hosting us and demonstrating the passion for doing what our USDA motto says: do right, you've done right, and we're going to feed everyone. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Secretary. And again, thanks Heath and the Stolee family for everything that you've done to put this together, and to our Iowa Corn friends, thank you for making this happen. With that, we're adjourned.